Hey everybody, got something a little bit different for you today. I've got a gear review. I think you're going to enjoy this video. Maybe you can learn something and maybe you can comment back so I can learn something. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, coming to you today, not from the woods, but from the confines of my camper. I'm going to do a little gear review today. Today I want to talk to you about something I have as a mobile hunter that you may or may not have. And if you do have, then maybe you can even improve upon mine. And you can give me some ideas that you already have that can help me do my kit better. Or maybe you can get some ideas from me. However it goes, we'll see. But what I want to show you today is what I call my meat pack. This is a fairly large backpack. I call it a meat pack or a meat bag. Some people with the same thing may call it a kill kit. But basically what it is designed for is for me to have everything that I need to clean a deer, quarter it up out in the woods, deer or a hog, and to carry it out, leaving the carcass behind. As a mobile hunter, that's oftentimes what I do is I will retrieve my deer, go to my deer that's been killed, and I will quarter it up right there, get the back straps out, get the 4 leg quarters along with the neck and some of the other excess meat, and pretty much just leave the carcass behind, not having to worry about dragging it out or putting it on a cart and taking it out. Now sometimes there's some exceptions. If it's a bonus hunt where the DNR biologists are at the station and they want to weigh and age your deer, then I may take it out whole. They don't have to have the whole deer. That's a recent change in the last couple of years in Georgia. They will take a quartered out deer, just bring the head so they can identify the sex of it, and then maybe the age, and then they'll get your best guesstimate of the weight. But sometimes we will go ahead and put that deer on a cart and bring it out if it's a bonus hunt, or if it's fairly close to the road and it's an easy cart out, then we may bring it out. Sometimes I'll do it just simply to get it out of the woods that I may come back and hunt, later that day or the next day, and I don't want to have to worry about the smell of me being down there and cleaning the deer, or in the next couple of days buzzers everywhere, or at least maybe just drag it off. But sometimes we will take the whole deer out and take it to the skinning rack to clean it. But more times than not, we're going to clean that animal right where it fell. And to do that, we have to have the proper materials. Now, you can carry all this stuff to the tree with you when you go hunting. I sometimes do that if I'm going to be way back, maybe close to a mile or more from my truck, and I just want to make one trip back there, then I'll carry this bag with me. Or if I've got my saddle pack, I'll take some of the same supplies that's in here and put it in that saddle pack. It's not quite as big as this backpack, so I don't do that on a regular basis. But I may take the things out, put it in my saddle pack, or take this bag with me and then take it up the tree with me to make only one trip. A lot of times when we shoot a deer, and especially with a bow, it runs off. You want to give that deer plenty of time to die. It's during that time that I will get down and I'll go back to my truck and get my bag, and then if it hasn't been long enough, depending on the shot, then I'll come back whatever the appropriate time is. This bag also has my blood tracking lights in it. I'll go over that with you. So if it's at night, then when I come back, not only do I have my cleaning materials, but I got my lights to be able to track the deer and to clean the deer. So let me go over it with you. Pretty much any backpack will work, but if you're going to do this, you do want a backpack that's got a big enough main compartment that you can put your quartered out meat. So a small backpack, you won't be able to do that. What you can do, what some people do, is they'll have just a pack frame, and then strap that meat that's in bags to that frame and carry it out. And that eliminates the need for a backpack. This is a backpack I already had. It's got several external pockets. It does great for the job, but you may find a better system of carrying your supplies in and carrying your meat out. So first of all, in this first top outside pocket here, I've got, number one, I've got a LED floodlight. This is rechargeable. On a full charge. I don't know how long it'll last. I've never ran it dead, but I know plenty enough time to take care of an animal at night. This happens to have a flip up handle, and I can just set this up on the branch of a tree and have it shining down on me and the deer while I'm cleaning it. And it gives me plenty of light. Also in this pocket here is where I've got my primary skinning knife. Dig it out of here. This is one of the replaceable razor blade knives, 3.5 inch. This does extremely well at skinning a deer. I've been using these now for a few years. I love the fact that I can replace this knife blade and keep a razor sharp knife without a whole lot of work involved in it. I've got the replaceable blades here with it, and I use a set of needle nose pliers to take off the old blade, put on a new blade. That helps eliminate me getting cut by slipping a finger over that razor blade. It's not the only knife I have in the pack. I believe, just like with flashlights, you should never have just one knife. So I've got more. I've also got a knife in my pocket at all times. But that is my primary skinning knife there. I mentioned cutting myself. Well, that's always subject to happen. So I have in here some Band-Aids. I also have in here a combat application tourniquet. I'm a big believer in these. As a paramedic, I've used them. I've seen them work. They do much better job than anything homemade that you can do. And they're fairly inexpensive. You can go on Amazon or even Temu, maybe Walmart, and if you buy a multi-pack, like you can get a pack of 4 for like 20 bucks. That's $5 a piece. Put one in your hunting pack, put one in your truck, put one in your boat, give one to your wife to keep in her car. You never know when you may run into a situation where you need a tourniquet, and it is life-saving at a small price, and it's easy to learn how to apply them. I may do a video sometime on the application of a tourniquet, but I feel like I'll be reinventing the wheel because there's other YouTube videos out there that have this. Very, very easy to learn. All right, I think that's all I've got in that pocket there. I do have a little bottle of hand sanitizer. I've got some other similar stuff I'll go over with you. In this next pocket here, this is a very important item right here. This is a roll of toilet paper. Yes, it comes in handy for the obvious reason of what it's designed for. But in this case here, in this pack, the reason I have it is if I'm blood tracking a deer. Remember, like I said earlier, the deer's already ran off. I'm giving it time to die. I've came back to my truck, more than likely. Or maybe I got this pack with me. But I'm going to need to be able to properly blood track the deer, and toilet paper helps me. If the blood trail is thin, spotty, I can take one piece of toilet paper and start putting it on that spot of blood ever so many feet, however far apart the blood spots are. And then I can not only go back to my last blood when I lose my blood trail, but I can also turn around and look back at the trail of toilet paper I'm leaving and see the general direction of which that deer is going to. And then I can see, okay, it looks like he's probably going to that thicket over there. It looks like he's probably going to that creek over there, but he's going in this direction, or he's making a big circle. Toilet paper tells me that. In addition to this, I do have Onyx on my phone, and I will run my Onyx tracker, and that will help me with that too. But this is a quick way to visually see what your blood trail is doing, and it's biodegradable. After the first rain, it's gone. Unlike the plastic ribbon that people will put out there, toilet paper doesn't last in the woods. I've also got a pack of hand wipes, antibacterial hand wipes. This is simply to clean my hands off after I get through cleaning the deer, clean my knife off. They come in very handy. I do have a Ziploc bag of medical gloves. I wear these when I'm cleaning the deer to keep the majority of the blood off my hands. Not so much that I mind the blood on my hands as far as it's nasty. That part doesn't bother me. But it's the fact that I'm going to be touching things. And in the woods, I'm not close to a water source where I can just wash my hands. And so the gloves keep me from spreading the blood around. And, you know, who wants to, you know, wipe your nose when you got blood all over your hands? So I wear the gloves primarily while I'm cleaning the deer. And then I will use the wet wipes to clean up any a residual mess and to clean my knife when I'm through. All right, that's hitting that pocket. Over here I got a side pocket. I've got another light in here. This is rechargeable. I think all my lights are rechargeable. I love rechargeable lights. I don't like having to keep buying batteries. But you just want to make sure they're good and fully charged so they don't go dead on you. And, you know, always have a backup. You never know when it's just going to quit on you. But this is one of those band LED lights. It's an area light. I put this on my head and it lights up a big area. More so than just a beam. So it's very good when it comes to cleaning a deer. I also have in here, this is my rechargeable Bushnell 2000. I've had this flashlight here for several years. It's a very good one. They advertise it as being 2,000 lumens. I can't verify that, but I can verify that it is very bright. And I can use this effectively when I'm blood tracking a deer. Big area, it's bright, it lasts a long time. Bushnell. I really like that. All right, then over here, and I think this is next to the final pocket. This is a little phone holder tripod with bendable legs. Fairly cheap. A lot of times I'm by myself when I kill a deer. I don't have anybody right there with me to take a pic. Most of the time, most of us like a good pic with a deer, especially out in the woods. And so I can put my phone in here, stand it up or wrap it around a tree limb and take my picture. I've also got in that pocket, this is my fixed blade buck knife. This is pretty much my backup knife for cleaning a deer. Very well made knife, holds the edge. There's better knives. You can spend more money on knives. But for the cost of this buck, which is about 50 bucks, it does a great job holding an edge and cleaning an animal. I may want to sharpen it, will want to sharpen it after cleaning it, and after cleaning the animal and then cleaning the knife up, I'll resharpen it, but it sharpens really easy. I love a good buck. I actually had one, this is my second one. Several years ago, I was doing something with this knife, the one I had before this, that's not designed to do, and that's really to cut through the breastbone while I'm field dressing a deer. I don't field dress deer so much anymore, but I did back then. And when I was forcing it along the breastbone to try to split it, I wound up breaking the tip. I sent it to Buck. They sent me a brand new knife. Didn't cost me anything. I can't tell you what their warranty is because I don't really know. I didn't really know then, but I do know they sent me another knife and it didn't cost me anything. I also have in this pocket a knife sharpener. It's just a simple, like a cheese grate. I like this thing for the field. It's got a fine side. It's got a more coarse side. It's great for sharpening up that buck knife. Sometimes I will use two different knives on one animal, especially a hog. This is as an aside. It really has nothing to do with this kit, except for the fact, one of the reasons why I have two knives, people will complain about the musky taste of a boar hog and say a boar hog's no good to eat. I disagree with you. I can clean that boar hog, big old fat boar hog with some age on him, and get him ground up into sausage, and it is really good. And you can't tell it's a boar. You can't even really tell it's a wild hog. It tastes like sausage from the store, depending on who makes it for me. But where I get my sausage made, it's usually really good. And one of the things that I do to try to keep it from tasting musky, there's a couple things. One of the things I do is I will skin it. I will cut the skin off with that buck knife. That on a hog, the skin is really thick and tough anyway. It will wear out that replaceable blade knife pretty quick. But I'll use that buck knife to skin the hog. And then I will use my razor blade knife to quarter up the meat. So as I'm using this knife, I skin all the hide back on one side in order to get to the meat. I'll take this other knife right here and I'll cut the meat. That blade doesn't touch the meat. Helps keep from transferring that nasty, musky skin onto that good tasting meat. Plus, it saves the blade on this knife. Another thing I do for wild boar to help tame down that musky taste sometimes, you age it on ice 3 or 4 days. Keep the water drained off. You don't want your meat soaking in ice water. But keep it on ice. Let it age on ice some. But then in the last 24 hours, I will pour a 2-liter bottle of Sprite on it. And that Sprite seems to break down whatever wild gamey taste that boar may have. It works good. My buddy, the late Glenn Solomon, taught me that. I've been doing it with every boar hog that I've killed since then. That, and with how I clean it with the two knives, I could give you a piece of sausage that came from a big fat boar hog, and you'll never know that's what it was. So, one other thing in this pocket, I got another flashlight here. It's just a backup for trailing light. This is a generic one. I don't even know what the name brand is. I think a family member gave me this for a gift one time. I've had it a couple years. It charges really good. It's got on here the battery meter. That lights up. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it says 100. It's fully charged. It's also, you can't see it in the camera, but it's adjustable from a floodlight to a spotlight. And it works good. It's just a backup. I got other lights, but especially for blood tracking, if this one goes out on me, which it never has, but if it were to, I do have this one. And then the final pocket here. Sorry about the audio change. My microphone battery died. So anyway, what I was saying is this final pocket here is where I've got the all-important ice bags. I've got a minimum of 3 ice bags. These are the same ice bags you can get at places like Twice the Ice, the places where you put your money in the machine, you get your bag of ice, you dump your ice in the cooler, and then most people will hang that ice bag over a pole. These work great to put your meat in that you've quartered up. They also work good to put fish in. I use them for that too. Glenn taught me that also. I've got a minimum of 3 in here. You need at least 2 for your animal. I use 1 bag for one side. I've cleaned, got off the back strap. I've got off the shoulder. I've got off the ham. Put it all in 1 bag. Flip him over, do the other side, and put it in another bag. So I've got a minimum of 3 in case one break. I really need to add a couple more. But those work great. And they're free. And then also in here, I don't always use it, but I need to. I've got a small, probably 6 foot by 6 foot foldable tarp that I can put my animal on to clean and not have to worry about getting all the dirt and grass on that meat, which is very difficult to get off when it sticks on there. I need to use this more than I do, save myself some trouble. Some people don't need a tarp. They can, they can clean their animal and not get any dirt or hair on it, or dirt or grass and leaves on it. I'm not so fortunate. I usually get some on there, so a tarp comes in handy. And this particular pack has a spot made for a water bladder or something. It's a pocket inside the pocket where that rests comfortably. I put it back in a bag when I get through because it's bloody. I get home, I hang it up, spray it off with a water hose, let it dry, fold it up, and put it back. So that's it. That's everything I've got in my kill kit and my meat bag. It's works for me. It's a system I've had for years, and I've added to, and I've taken stuff out that I didn't need. You may have something similar, something that is a little different. Maybe I can learn from, others can learn from. So drop your ideas in the comments below. But this has worked for me. Maybe you can get something out of it. And until then, once you get it, I hope you use it. I hope you have a good time out on God's front porch. I can't wait to hear about your own experiences. I appreciate you watching my videos. It means a lot to me. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. That helps us out a lot. Show up on a protocol. But until then, I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Get out there and enjoy God's creation.